Hello Virgo, thank you for joining me. I'm going to do a reading for you this week and see what's happening with Virgos and the energy surrounding you guys this week. So I'm just going to split the cards and see what we can get for the beautiful Virgos this week. Okay, what have we got? The Page of Cups. Okay, lovely. This is Narcissus. He's basically learning to love his reflection. It's the first time he's seen himself. He's never seen what he looks like in his whole entire life, and he sees his own reflection and falls in love with it. So it's really about learning to love yourself and self-esteem. So let's see what the next one is. Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is about, if we put them together, we've got there's a situation where there's an impending conflict. There's something happening that you're not wanting to acknowledge, not wanting to see, something that might be affecting your self-esteem, something that you don't want to have to look at clearly. And it's interesting that we've got Narcissus here looking and seeing himself very clearly. And it's almost like you're not wanting to look and see a situation clearly, whether that's you in the situation or how someone else is being in this situation, or how just the situation itself. It's the energy this week is about seeing something clearly and you not wanting to look at it, but at the same time there's this sense of, should you or shouldn't you? What would you see if you did see yourself? Because we've got this Page of Cups here looking at himself, seeing himself clearly, and actually seeing that there is positives to this situation. So let's ask a little bit more about this. Let's find out a bit more. Okay, so we have the Tower, and this is the conflict that we're talking about. This is the impending conflict. It's about barriers coming down. It's about things, structures in your life collapsing, and they're collapsing and falling down. It might be ego, it might be revealing parts of yourself. It's falling down. It feels like things are falling down around you because they're not serving you. They're not serving your function. They're kind of like a false structure, a false ideal anyway. And it's like you're not wanting to, you kind of don't want to see that. You don't want to let the guard down. You don't want to acknowledge that everything might be falling around. There's crumbling of structures. There's crumbling of things that you thought were solid in your life. So it's this real sense of challenging the status quo this week, challenging it, and it's affecting how you feel about yourself. It's really affecting your relationship with yourself and your ability to see clearly in a situation and to see yourself clearly in the situation. So let's pull something else that we're asking. Okay, so the Chariot. And so it's going to feel like there's some conflicts and struggles happening around this. This is actually could be quite a challenging situation for you. You're going to be challenged this week, Virgo. So it's going to be, let's find out more. Let's ask some more questions about that. The Hermit. Okay, so with this situation that's coming up this week, Virgo, I don't want you to feel like, it could feel like it's overwhelming. It could feel like you can't deal with this. There's this sense of, why is this happening to me? I don't want to deal with it. I can't deal with it. So it's that sense of that. But we've got the Hermit coming in, which is finding clarity. So a lot of it's about finding clarity this week. There's the muddying of the waters, and then there's this sense of trying to break through that to find clarity. But the breaking through to find clarity might be surrounded by some sort of disruption, some sort of questioning of the status quo, some kind of rumbling. There's changes, and they could be quite fast. They could be quite they could feel quite destructive, but they can just be challenging changes. So we've got the Hermit here, which is basically finding the light, finding that time to withdraw and go within and finding the answers within yourself. And that's what we've got here. Finding the clarity within you. The answers lie within you, within your own reflection, within how you feel about yourself, within looking at yourself clearly and seeing what a beautiful spirit and person you really are. What a beautiful soul you really are. So the answers are within yourself. So go within, take some time to just be by yourself and go within. And just to know that the answers are there, that you will find the light. And amidst all this energy that's happening at the moment, it feels quite turbulent. There's the opportunity to find the answers and to find clarity. Okay, so you kind of, it's this strange, now we're pulling out the devil, it's this strange feeling of just a lot happening beneath the surface, but it feels like externally as well. There's things happening in your physical life that are happening, barriers are coming down, and we've got the devil card. So this could relate to some kind of financial debt, something that's been hanging over you for a while, and something has been hanging over you. You're not wanting to acknowledge this impending conflict that's coming up, and it's all going to come kind of crashing down. So whatever this situation is, this has been hanging around for a while. This has been having a bit of a negative impact on you, and it may be causing you to seek comfort in areas that you don't necessarily, hasn't necessarily been the best for you, for your finances, for your family, for people around you. So it feels like you're bound and tied to a situation and you're trying to seek some sort of clarity. And now we have the Knight of Swords, which is, it's fast, disruptive changes. There's going to be a lot of changes happening this week. And your ability to kind of like, it's almost like trying to ride the wave, but it's like just as soon as you come up from one, take a breath, another one's coming. Your ability to be able to ride that wave and that turbulence, it's in stark contrast with this, the Hermit. So it's saying there is light. There is light for you to tap into. There is clarity. Okay, let's see what else we've got. The Ten of Cups. Okay, so overall what this situation is about is asking the question, this could be about a marriage, this could be about a long-term relationship, a job in a long-term situation. This situation has been something that's been going on for a while. It's long-term and it's been challenging of late, and it's around your heart. It's a situation of your heart, something that you love that is permanence, that has permanence, something that you've worked a long time for. There's been a journey along the way. This is not just something flash out of the pan. This is something that's been around for a while, and that's what this situation is about. And we get the Seven of Wands, which is within this situation, part of the conflict is that there's this sense of not wanting to admit that perhaps someone is to blame. It's about the blame, and it's about having to defend your position because you feel like you're being blamed, or you feel like you might have. There's this sense of there's blame being thrown around, and there's a sense of someone's done the wrong thing, or others are judging it to be the wrong thing, and someone's defending their position. So you, Virgo, might be called in to defend the position, or it might just be to understand this situation and what's happening here. So I just got the words witch hunt. It could be a type of witch hunt. And then we've got the Knight of Cups, which is basically being able to move forward out of this situation with clarity and peace. So there is the possibility for a breakthrough. So within the turbulence of this whole situation, we're starting off with the Two of Swords, and I'm just going to try and find those cards. The Page of Cups. There he's looked at his cup, he's moving forward, holding the cup, going, I know the answers now. I've looked within myself. I know who I am, and I feel good about myself, and I'm moving forward, and I don't need anybody else's approval. It's all about my relationship with myself and what I think of me and how I see myself, and the clarity I feel within a situation has allowed me to move forward. So these are the cards surrounding you this week, Virgo. So I'm glad to hear that there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just going to choose one last card as a message from above, from your soul, the higher source, whatever you see it as. Oh, the Empress. So that's just popped out. This is a beautiful card. Notice the difference. This is just, it's an extremely fertile card. So it's saying, even though the message from above is, even though this feels like it could feel like a very turbulent, challenging situation for you, there is a lot of fertility, there's a lot of good stuff, there's a lot of growth to come from this situation, and you're going to come out the other side better. You're going to come out the other side better, stronger, with more to offer, to feel more positive, and to be able to bring your fruits into the world and to showcase yourself, feeling good about yourself and the situation, and to actually go feeling like that situation's been lifted from you. So this is the light at the end of the tunnel. So I hope you've enjoyed that and some of that's resonated with you, Virgo. I plan to do this every week and upload at the same time every week. I will be. So if you'd like to hear more, please subscribe. Otherwise, have a great week. Talk to you next time. Bye.